So it seems that the recounts are still coming in. They're doing their thing. And what's going on is what started this was, well, gerrymandering and racism and all that other stuff. And when it comes to what Republicans have done, it's mainly fear. They know their seats are going to be taken. So when you have people that go out and vote, like when it basically comes to the minority community, although it's everybody, they'll see someone with the same name or the first and last, screw the middle name or initial, screw the address or social security number or anything of the sort. What they say is your first and last name match. Therefore, you in this state and that other state, you can't vote. You'll be pushed away from it. It don't count. They also do it in the same state. There's a lot of John Jacksons and John Johnsons and there's a lot. And it doesn't matter if you white, black, or whatnot. You're going to have a John and a Jones. You're going to have a Bob somewhere and Jones. You're going to have a B Jones, a J Jones, or something. So these people got pushed out. Their vote didn't count. And then you have those that say, well, you don't have an ID picture of yourself, despite might having a driver's license. Like, it's not the proper ID, so you cannot use it. And then they'll say, okay, I have this ID from my high school or my college or something. They say that doesn't count. It has to be the one that we want, which is no matter what you get, it won't be the one that we want. They have done that. They have also simply said, you can't vote because you haven't registered to vote within the past 6 months. Or you registered to vote, but you haven't voted in the past 2 cycles. So, and that's usually what happens with minorities. They tend to not vote for at least like 4 or 5 cycles because they're like, what the hell is the point? So they use that against minorities and whatnot. So in Florida and Georgia, parts of North Carolina, I think Minnesota, Kansas, Arkansas, New Mexico, I think of New York, and actually a lot of places all over this country. What has happened is there are people who are starting to say, look, we need recounts, because even though you pushed so many of us out, for some reason, these vote tallies come within the margin of we need a recount to see what's really going on. And what truly sparked this was people who are registered to vote, who are in the military, overseas, in droves. And they have 10 days after, after the voting cycle to get their votes in, or at least to cast it. So those votes, so people in Florida and Georgia primarily were saying those votes shouldn't even be counted. I think one in New York was saying, you can't count those votes. It's voter fraud. It's fraud. You can't. See, it's these Republicans that know their power is slipping away. As Farron Cousins said, and as Cenk Uygur said, the blue wave didn't happen immediately. No. But when they cite it as a tsunami, they don't obviously know what a tsunami is, because a tsunami isn't one massive wave that topple everything. No, it is a long series of waves that destroy everything. And that's what's happening. Right now in Florida, let's see, Gilliam, he's in contention to possibly win. I don't know what's been going on in the past couple of days since it was announced that his votes are coming in, but military votes are coming in for him. They are recounting and finding there were votes purged from the system that they must recount. And I think Sidra was doing was just looking at something, and she saw that in Georgia. I can't remember, what was the name of the girl?
Stacey Abrams. I think it's Abrams. In the gubernatorial race, the judge said that thought the recount had to take place.
So when the recount must take place, and then they must count every single vote, it means that there's a chance that these Justice Democrat type, I'm not gonna call them politicians, I'm gonna call them statesmen right now, that these statesmen might win. That's scary, because honestly, the racists, the bigots and whatnot, they need They need the Republicans in power so that their hate can be validated. That's what they need. Basically, you've got a baby with a toy that they're abusing, and you're going to take the toy that validates their abuse, and they're like, no, don't take it. I can't destroy stuff without it. So that's what's happening when these Republicans are starting to lose, and it's happening. So when you start counting every single vote, you get Republicans calling fraud and everything, when all that they have ever done was commit fraud and violate voter rights. They have done everything in their power. Gerrymandering is basically unconstitutional. Purging people from voting just because they happen to have the same name, that's just downright illegal. Just to be honest with you, it was illegal when they said Democrats was doing it during Clinton's time. Why isn't it illegal when it's happening during their time? Think about that. That's a bully right there. That's somebody that's scared of losing their power. So when you've got people going in and counting every single vote and doing it honestly, you might find every few days another wave has hit the shore and knocked over some racist, bigoted troll out there trying to keep their power. That's what it seems like to me. Do you have anything you want to say, girl? Anything that's striking or anything like that? All right. Well, this is Cedric Kennedy and slightly Sidra Owens for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.